Hello, welcome to the Dell EMC Storage technical video, Unisphere for SC Series. This video covers the new HTML5-based Unisphere management interface for the Dell EMC SC Series storage arrays. That's right, no more Java requirement to manage the SC Series arrays. Let's get started by connecting to an SC Series array through a browser. Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer 10 or later, and Microsoft Edge are all supported browsers. Enter the IP address or the fully qualified domain name of the array into the browser. Enter the appropriate credentials and click Login to get connected. The first screen shown after logging in is the summary page. Unisphere for SC Series uses a common page layout that includes a roll-up menu in the upper left corner that can be rolled up or rolled down by clicking on the bars. Additionally, in the top bar is a drop-down to allow the user to log out or change their user preferences. The Settings selection references the system settings for the storage center. And of course, there is a Help dropdown that provides access to help pages as well as information about Unisphere itself. Also provided is a link to provide feedback to tell us what you think of the interface. The information shown within the summary screen includes the array name as well as a link to the hardware for the array. Also, we have common tasks that are listed from the summary page that includes create a new volume, add a new server, or add a new snapshot profile. The ellipsis provides a drop-down, providing more actions we can execute from the summary page. Additionally, shown on the summary page are any error or warning messages that are currently present on the array. In this case, the controllers are unbalanced due to a failover. This provides a link to rebalance those ports. Additional information shown within the summary page is the top used disk folders. In this case, we only have one disk folder called assigned. This shows the allocated space and unallocated space within the disk folder, as well as the threshold level setting. The inventory area shows how many volumes are created, how many of those volumes are currently mapped, how many are unmapped, and how many have warning messages. The inventory also shows how many servers are created, as well as how many servers have errors or warning messages. And it shows the same information for disks. Additionally, these links take us directly into more detailed information regarding the volumes, servers, or disks, and we'll get to that information later. Additionally, we've got the alerts section, which shows how many critical, how many warning, and how many informational alerts are in the system, with each providing a link to those messages. Alternatively, we can also click the View All to view all current alerts. In the volumes % full section, we can see how many volumes in the system fall into each of the % full categories. The number of volumes themselves is a link to see more detailed information on those specific volumes. We'll look at more detailed information on volumes a little later as well. Next in the summary page is the capacity. This section provides the used and free capacity on the array, as well as the total capacity within the array, for which you can click more details to find more granular information. Also shown is the overall efficiency of the array, which includes the data reduction ratio. The hardware section provides a link directly to the hardware that we'll cover shortly, as well as settings that are system-wide section. The first item listed is volumes. This displays existing volume folders and the volumes contained within those folders. The information shown on the top provides the % full, the capacity configured, capacity used, and capacity used by snapshots. For the volumes, additional information includes the status, if the volume is mapped, and the free capacity. Additionally, detailed information is shown below based on the selection above. With the volume folder selected, the information includes the number of volumes in that folder, as well as the capacity information. When selecting a volume, and be sure not to click the link, the additional information shown below includes details about the storage type, storage profile, and snapshot profile, as well as any data reduction savings on that volume. Next in the list is servers. The server selection displays server folders as well as the servers contained within those folders, just like the volume section. The information shown on the top section includes the % full of all the volumes presented to the servers in the server folder, or to all the volumes presented to the individual server, as well as capacity configured, used, and capacity used by snapshots. Additionally, for individual servers, the number of volumes mapped to that server is shown under volume count. Additional detail is shown below for the server folder, as well as any individual servers that are selected. The additional information for servers include general information, details regarding the operating system and HBA information, as well as the number of volumes that are mapped to that server. Next, we have the Profiles section. Here we can create, modify, or delete existing snapshot profiles, apply snapshot profiles to volumes, where we would select volumes from the list, and optionally select and replace existing snapshot profiles and click OK. We are not going to apply any at this time. We can also apply snapshot profiles to all volumes currently mapped to a server. Like the volume selection, we would select the servers from the list, optionally select the replace existing snapshot profiles, and click OK. For each snapshot profile, we can display the volumes that snapshot profile is applied to, the rules that exist for that snapshot profile, and any remote expiration rules. Additionally, from the Profiles section, we can create, modify, or delete existing storage profiles. We can also apply those storage profiles to volumes the same way we did with snapshot profiles. And lastly, by selecting each profile in the list, we can see which volumes are part of that storage profile. The next section is disks. This shows the disk hierarchy down to each individual disk based on the disk class, which is the speed of the disk. The disk classes provide information regarding percent allocated as well as amount allocated and unallocated. The individual disks within the class show the same information as well as a status of up or down. With a specific disk selected in the Above section, more detailed information is shown below. For storage types, this array only has one storage type, but additional storage types may exist on your array. The upper section of the storage type window provides the used and free capacity, as well as the data reduction savings and the compression savings. Listed below are the tiers that are included in the storage type and the percent full of each of those tiers. Additionally, all volumes that are created out of that storage type are shown under the volume section, along with their capacity and data reduction information per tier. The pressure report is shown for each RAID level on each tier and provides the allocation and capacity pressurized to move up or down at the next data progression cycle. Next, we'll look at the hardware selection within the System section. This provides a visual representation of the array, both front and rear, and other selected components. In each of the component sections, if multiple components are present, individual components can be selected from the list in the middle section of the screen. By selecting alternate components in the middle of the screen, additional detail on that component will be displayed in the lower section. Additionally, in the hardware section is a visual representation of the ports included in each backend SAS chain. By selecting the individual ports, those ports will be highlighted in the visual representation. In the ports selection of the System section, we can see a listing of all of the front-end ports and all of the back-end ports on the array. By selecting an individual port, we can get additional information on that port. Additionally, if any NAT configuration is required, it can be stopped or started in this main page on performance, as well as the time frame that is displayed. Additionally, I/O usage can be exported in the CSV, HTML, PDF, or Excel formats. The performance can be shown for the system, servers, ports, volumes, disks, controllers, storage profiles, or QoS profiles. We'll look a little closer at the volumes. With volumes selected, the performance for all of the volumes in the system are shown below. They include the megabytes per second, the IOPS, the latency in milliseconds, the average I/O size in kilobytes, and the average number of I/Os that are pending. By hovering over the line, more detailed information can be shown. By selecting a volume folder, the performance information is now based on that folder of volumes rather than all of the volumes in the system. Selecting a specific volume from the folder further specifies the performance being shown to an individual volume rather than the folder of volumes. The real-time reports are shown based on usage or unmapped volumes. Under usage, you have the option to select volumes, servers, or disks. With volumes selected, the volumes are listed as well as their percent full and capacity information. With servers selected, the status of the server as well as capacity of the volumes presented to the server. With disks selected, the capacity information along with the percent allocated for each disk in the array is shown. Additionally, the information can be shown in the chart view rather than the table view. And back to the summary page, which provides direct links